Alright folks, got the new Piranha ReactR Small here today. One of a few in the United States. I'm not sure when more are coming over. But finally got my hands on this thing. Big thanks to Hill Outdoor Center. Big thanks to Jamie Moore for a little bit of transportation help on this thing as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting in this thing and finally paddling it. Just some quick specs on the Small. It's still a pretty big boat. It's definitely more of a small medium rather than a true small like you would see on the Scorch. Length 8'10", width 27 inches. That's pretty wide for a small boat. 27 inches wide for sure. And then we got volume at 81 gallons, which is a good volume to have. Weight, we got 48 pounds. It's not too bad, but still pretty heavy for the smaller person. Optimal paddle weight, they say 120 to 165. So yeah, we'll see how that goes and how that stands up. Yeah, I love the way this thing looks though. The bow, lots of bow rocker on it. Huge amount of bow rocker. Still got those wave deflectors. I'm sure everybody's pretty much seen a review on the medium and seen a bunch of videos of the medium paddle and everything. So I'm not going to go in an in-depth review. Check out Wade Harrison's medium review if you want to see a full walkthrough of this boat. So this outfitting does work well. I've set in it. This back band, gosh, it's leaked beyond the old Piranha back band. I haven't actually really like set in and worked with it. I set in Wade's boat, but not for a long extended period of time. But yeah, it's super comfortable. You can see how it doesn't fold over like the old back band does. It's got some nice grab loops in there for storing stuff. The seat track is another big change. If you haven't seen this yet, you know, you can adjust the seat on the fly, which is a huge deal, especially if you want to be more aggressive towards the back or be more front so you don't get back into that kind of thing. The thigh hooks are nice and adjustable. It comes with the hookers now, which I pretty much put in all my Piranha boats. I wish these strings were a little thicker. I don't know, supposedly they work really well. They do latch very well, but I can see that kind of cutting with your hands and stuff after a while with the water. The one thing I'm still disappointed in is how low you sit in the boat. I'm not a huge fan of sitting low in any boat. Even if you got to raise it up, I just don't like that. Like, I'm gonna still have to put probably 4 seat pads in here. The knee position is super high, so if you're not into that, this is probably still not going to be your boat. This boat feels like a medium Scorch, maybe even a little bit bigger than a medium Scorch. I can't remember the specs. It's been a while since I reviewed that boat, but it's just what it feels like. It feels pretty big. Now, it might paddle smaller depending on the water line, so again, you got to kind of take that for what it's worth, but it does feel big. Outfitting does look a lot nicer, I have to say. The rails on this thing are a thing of beauty. They come all the way down to the rails here and round out right there. And you got your wave deflector, like good half-inch there. They come all the way to these screws right here. Pretty nice. Yeah, nice aggressive edge. I love that. Comes all the way down to the stern. All the way, actually, yeah. Pretty cool. I haven't actually looked at one of these boats in super detail. Like I said, I've looked at Wade's medium, but it's got this really flat planing surface right here from rail to rail, and then kind of transitions to this next rail here. So yeah, super flat surface. It's gonna really transition nice, I bet. Lots of nice skips. And man, that tail really comes down sharp there. Lots of rocker on the stern. All right, let's do a couple measurements here. Bow rocker looks to be about 16-ish. Right up into that line there. About 16 bow rocker on the Small here. Stern rocker about 12 inches. It's a pretty decent amount of stern rocker you got there for sure. Looking at the boat from above here, looks like your widest angle is going to be right here behind the hips. And then it kind of narrows out a little bit right here and kind of keeps the same width kind of through the bow right there. But yeah, definitely right here is pretty much your widest point. So I'll get in the boat here. I got some shoes on, just some Hey Dudes. Show you what it looks like. I don't have the foam bulkhead or anything like that in here, but I got the seat moved back a little bit. But you can kind of see still how high this sits and how big that bow kind of looks just sitting in it like this. Move the camera up a little bit. All right, here's just a quick little glimpse of comparing it to another creeker kind of size. Again, small reactor. I would consider the Ninja to be more of a medium, true medium, maybe one of the medium large type boats. So it's bigger than the Ninja for the most part. You may not be able to tell that in the video, but sitting here and looking at it, it definitely, the small reactor is kind of engulfing the Ninja. The only thing really that's less on the small reactor is the width behind the seat. The Ninja's super wide right there, but other than that, the small reactor looks pretty big compared to the Ninja. The other crazy thing is this stern rocker. Look at this. I'm not going to compare the two boats, but just look at the difference in stern rocker. Holy cow. Things just lifted off the ground. So, be interesting. Yeah, well, thanks for watching the video. If you've seen a small, paddled a small, I know there's only a few in the country right now. Let me know your thoughts on it. Can't wait to get it on the water. Again, thank you, NOC, for letting me get this boat, and Pyranha Kayaks, awesome design again, I'm sure. So I can't wait to get it on the water and see how it performs.